We're going to start with the AA or ACC because I think they're a little more doable for the college playoff show.
Definitely.
When you look at this conference, is there any team that you're kind of like looking at going, they're maybe a top 10 team, maybe they're looking to win the whole conference? Like, is anyone like kind of popping out at you in this conference?
I'm not going to lie, until last weekend, I was really looking at Florida State, but obviously I think they kind of shot themselves in the foot losing to Georgia Tech week one. So, but besides that, the only other team that really stands out is Miami.
Yeah.
So I do look at Miami. I do think they could be a promising team. I looked at their schedule, and honestly, I can see them winning every single game because their hardest game is probably against Florida State, which we've seen that they can lose to worse teams.
Yeah, I mean, I remember taking a look at Miami. Their schedule
is surprising that they're actually barely favored against Florida, which I think is kind of weird.
Oh yeah, game one, and they're in Florida, they're already in Florida.
That might be the only reason. Yeah, this might be the only reason since they're at Gainesville. So.
Yeah, no, that's a good point on Miami because I've been keeping my eye on them because I personally think this schedule is kind of easy for them. I literally think the only team that probably does any damage to them is Florida State, but Florida State kind of got walked by Georgia Tech. I mean, Georgia Tech. I did not expect Georgia Tech to be that good, I guess is where I'm getting at. They have Hayes as their quarterback, and I mean, I like him there. I like him at Georgia Tech. It's just...
Is he a senior this year? So
yeah.
He's going to go all out, which, I mean, like I said, I'm also high on King also, but I did not expect Florida State to lose. But then again, they do have a new quarterback with DJ, so maybe they just needed that one game, and who knows.
Yeah, DJ did not look that well. He was checking down almost every play to his like running back. He wasn't throwing farther than I don't think he was throwing farther than 10 yards like ever. Like
just wasn't trusting his arm unless the coach wasn't opening up the playbook. But
yeah, honestly, that's definitely possible. Oh man, SMU enters the chat. You expect them to do anything this season?
I didn't really get a chance to look at their schedule too much, but I mean, they're always one of those teams I feel like could, but they end up losing to some random teams always.
Yeah, they've been doing really good before they joined this conference because this is their first year, and I mean they struggled against Nevada, so
they got a lot tougher schedule now. With what do they got? They got Florida State, Louisville, BYU.
Yeah, they got Boston College is kind of good.
Boston College, yeah.
I'm not sure what Duke's really at right now, but I mean, yeah, SMU's kind of, I think SMU's kind of mid-tier. Yeah, I mean, everyone else is kind of like unproven. Clemson's going to be really interesting. I mean, is Cade really, him?
Yeah, well, they got a good week one matchup, so.
Yeah, they do.
That's really make or break them right there.
Man, they got Georgia, then they got another team that I'm really keen on, NC State. For some reason, I really like NC State this season. They got Grayson McCall from Coastal Carolina, and that kid's been good. It's just I think last year he got injured, and I think this year's his last year eligible in college. So if he's got a good team around him, NC State could do some damage.
Yeah.
I mean, they have 2 tough games, and I think that's it. Clemson and Tennessee, and everything else they should easily win. So
the North Carolina one's always interesting, even if they're both not that good of teams. It's always a good game, though. So it's a good rivalry.
Who does North Carolina got right now?
Can't think off the top of my head. Who do they have?
Yeah, now I'm wondering. Is it Max Johnson? Okay, I've definitely heard of him. Yep, Texas A&M. So
transfer from Texas A&M.
Yeah, so he I don't know if he played a ton there. It was that Calzada guy that was playing there or something. I think that might have been 2 years ago actually. I just know.
Johnson was there last year for them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. Well, last year, it was Drake May. I was trying to think who was last year. But,
for North Carolina.
Yeah, I was like, who the hell is it now? But yeah, I mean, outside them, it's gonna be interesting. I know the Virginia quarterback's like really unproven. I mean, he was a freshman last year and he was kind of doing pretty cool stuff. I know Plummer left Louisville, so I have no idea what's going on there anymore. I really like Boston College's quarterback. That dude is like a 50-50 dual threat there. So, I mean, maybe they're like the 5th best team here, but yeah, outside the few that we talked about before, like the ACC will be, we might see one or two of them in the playoffs. I can definitely see it.
I think like I said, if Miami goes undefeated, wins their conference, they should easily automatically get into the playoffs. So.
We'll just go to the Big 12 then, since it's next. Now, the Big 12 has a few more teams than the other conference that I think will, be contenders. I mean, is that Colorado in here? Oh my God, that's right. Wow. Yep. But, a few teams I really don't think are going to be doing much is Cincinnati. I don't even know if TCU's back up to par anymore. West Virginia's unranked, but I think they're going to be an interesting team this year. I mean, outside them, I don't think Baylor's got anything going on for them. So, I mean, it's really up to these ranked teams, which I agree. All these teams that are ranked are going to be interesting this year.
Utah, right, is in Big 12, so.
Yep, and they're 12.
That's the team that, yeah, that's the team I think that really sticks out to me. When I was looking at them earlier, I thought they were the only real one that really stuck out to me. Mm-hmm. So, I'm sure some people are going to be high in Colorado, but I'm still not on that train yet. So.
I'm not either. I gotta see it to believe it. Like, I mean, they had some promising moments last year. I'll give them that, but I mean, they just died.
On another team, but they just gotta actually work together as one unit. So.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Arizona in this conference. I love the Noah Fiafa guy. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. He was doing really good last year, and he was a freshman. So I'm excited to see if Arizona built up a better team around this guy, because I mean they got a legit shot with this kid at quarterback, and I also think Kansas Jayhawks are really underrated. I think Jalen Daniels gets injured a little, too often for them. But if the kid can just stay healthy full season, they're really good. I think they started 5-0 until the guy got injured last year.
Yeah.
So I definitely like those two teams. I am not bought into the Oklahoma State team. They don't have The only reason why I really don't like him is because Alan Bowman's there, and he was a Michigan Wolverine and did nothing. But he was also a Texas Tech quarterback, I think, before that. So I don't know. I don't think they're doing anything other than Ollie Gordon over there.
Yeah, I mean they're just going to be a run heavy team. So.
And I mean I don't blame them. I mean Michigan was run heavy last year, so if the run game works for a team, might as well run it. But
as long as they have the offensive line, which I haven't really looked at their offensive line. I don't know if they're really young or older, but
that's true.
If they have a good offensive line, they have him, and he stay out. They're going to give him the ball though, 20, 25 times a game probably. So, chance of him being injured could be high.
Okay, so why is Kansas State up here? I've been trying to figure that out. Do you are you bought in with the Kansas State?
I don't even know who their quarterback is right now. Because didn't they lose their quarterback?
I'm pretty confident.
Their quarterback last year was the guy that went to Howard, wasn't it? Or
Will Howard, yeah.
Yeah.
So
he went to OSU.
Where the hell? Avery Johnson. Okay, so yeah, he's new. Okay, I've actually heard of this kid. So he's supposed to be pretty good. I'm going to assume this is why Kansas State's highly ranked, because of him.
What's their schedule look like?
So they got UT Martin and Tulane, and then they start the heavier part of their games with Arizona, BYU, and then Oklahoma State, Colorado, West Virginia, and then Kansas. I mean, they got a few good teams they're playing this year.
A lot of conference games, which
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm surprised too that they're ranked that high already. So
They must have some unproven defense that I'm not aware of.
yeah,
But yeah, I think we agree. There's a few teams here that could do well in the Big 12. Definitely think Utah's at the top of that leaderboard, but I think we agree Arizona, Kansas, and Oklahoma State could kind of, be
I would
the
love to
next.
see Kansas. Honestly, Kansas would be my sleeper pick, honestly, because I love Daniels. But like you said, his injuries is always in question.
And then the running back's actually really goddamn good there. Neal, he's a big boy.
Was it Devin Neal or
Yeah.
what is that?
Yep. And I'm looking at Kansas's schedule, dude, and this is kind of doable.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that tough.
I guess Kansas State's the toughest one. Well, all right, we'll move on to. Let's go to the Big Ten. We'll start off with the Big Ten. So,
This one's gonna get controversial, I'm sure.
what's that?
This one's probably gonna get controversial, I'm sure.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear what you're gonna say. So, I mean, when I was looking at Big Ten, I see 4 or 5 teams that could be kind of fighting for
I was thinking three for sure. I could see 3 teams in the Big Ten in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's gonna be.
3 teams.
I think definitely 3 are gonna be in it, but I think there could be a 4th that does.
Possible 4th, but yeah.
It's really gonna depend on if they win enough. But I mean, I'm gonna take a look at the non-ranked teams if there's any that I really kind of like. I mean, I'm not. Indiana got Curtis Rourke from Ohio. He was kind of doing well, but I just don't think Indiana's very well, put together yet. I guess if there was a team that's unranked, I kind of like Nebraska.
Nebraska be the team I like too. So plus I like Rule. I like the coach over there too. So
Yeah, he's built to coach in college. I always give I give him a year or 2 usually when you start on a team. He literally it was last year, right? He just started coaching there.
No, 2 years ago. I think this is his 3rd year.
His 3rd year. So I mean, at this point, this is kind of his group now. So everyone there should be bought into his program. I mean, the quarterback there, we all know Dylan. He's a 5-star stud. So if they're gonna rock and roll with him right away, and he's actually as good as they're saying he is, they definitely have a chance to get at least 8.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. I mean, they're also my sleeper team that's not ranked, also in the Big Ten. So I'd like to see Nebraska do good.
Yeah, and I mean, unfortunately, outside them, I don't really see any other teams in this conference that I jump at. I know Rutgers has that really good running back, Monagai, but yeah, I don't think they have it all together with that team. It's either going to be the running back that runs the show at Rutgers, or they're going to be a mid team again. But yeah, and then we have the 3 OGs that I just keep hearing about, and it makes me want to puke. But Ohio State, Oregon, and Penn State. I'm assuming those are the 3 that you also agree are probably gonna,
Those
be
are
the
the
most.
3 that I think could easily, for sure, make the playoffs. Those 3 right there, my 3 teams, I would say.
And I think the 4th could be Michigan or USC. It really depends if they win the correct games, because they kind of both got. When I look at their schedules, I'm like, oof, they win maybe 9 this year each. And if they don't win 9, they're definitely going to be on the outside looking in.
Well, Michigan just got screwed over in a lot of their big games. They're away for what? Are they at Ohio State and also at Oregon?
Yeah, no, so we're home for Oregon, actually, but we are away.
Okay.
We are away for Ohio State this season.
So like USC, are you guys at USC or home?
They come to us for that game as well.
It's not bad then.
The
Either way, Oregon's going to be a tough one for you guys.
Yeah, and if we're going to talk specifically Michigan, I definitely am not happy about the Ohio State and Oregon matchups. I definitely think that's gonna not end well for us.
And it's Oregon's home against Ohio State, which is a huge thing for them.
Mm-hmm. And, I mean, Texas is the one that we have to win if we want to make playoffs, in my opinion, because I'm already going in knowing Ohio State and Oregon are going to be the tough ones. And I'm not completely in love with Texas, so it gives me a little hope. But if we don't blow out Fresno State, I'm not going to be bought in enough to believe it. So
I'm surprised on the spread they're giving you guys. They're only giving you guys a 20.5. It's right at like 22.5, and it's actually gone down to 20. So people are betting Fresno. So,
which I kind of don't blame them, because Michigan is starting Alex Orji, who, you know, he's a 3-star. He really has only ran the ball. I mean, there's not enough that he's shown to the public to be like bought in. You know what I mean? So I kind of understand why.
But then again, they could just do the same thing they did last year, where JJ, the same quarterback, doesn't throw for over 200 yards any game, pretty much.
If they might even go more run heavy. I've been like telling people he could be like the Lamar Jackson type presence in the pocket. Yeah, where it's just like run, and he might pass here, he can scramble. You know what I mean? Like, it could be that type of game for them this season. I don't know. We don't know, but
yeah, you can see that for sure though.
And I will say I'm not like a fan of USC, but I am excited to see Miller Moss. I thought he was popping the hell off when in the bowl game that he played in. I thought he was good. Like, he was really good. So that's gonna be an interesting game. I might end up going to that game. And then Penn State, I mean, they kind of got a cakewalk schedule, in my opinion. So they should win almost every damn game except I think the one they do play is Ohio State. I want to.
Yeah, that'll be. I think that's at Ohio State too.
Yeah. No, it's at home.
Wow. The whiteout game.
It might be, yeah.
If it's the whiteout game, then I would rather put all my money on Penn State.
And man, I've been like, if I was gonna rank all the teams, I would always have had Oregon at like 3 for me. I've always been like a Ducks fan, but now that they're in the Big Ten, like, I'm like, God damn it, they're better than my team in my conference now. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Goddamn
so
Ducks.
Who would you think who's your pick then to win the Big Ten then?
That's so tough.
For me, the deciding factor was Oregon, Ohio State. But since Ohio State's going to Oregon for that one game, my pick would be Oregon.
Man, I'd have to agree. I always I stay away from teams that have like a brand new quarterback or a brand new coach. I don't really give Oregon either of those, because I know like the head coach has been there, and like, I guess technically the quarterback's brand new, but he's really not. He's played, so I don't really give him that pass. Now Ohio State, don't they have a new? No, it's not a new coach. Okay, so they're kind of on the same pit.
Same boat, yeah. They got transfer to Howard, and then they have same coach. So they're kind of in the same situation.
Yeah.
They have some veterans still.
I don't know if I like the quarterback situation at Ohio State. I was like really looking at Devin Brown being their guy, and I don't know why they recruited. I don't know. I'm confused.
Yeah.
They have so much depth at quarterback there. Like, they literally have like 6 quarterbacks deep, and like Air Nolan's at like 4, and like he's a dog. So I'm like, what the hell is going on in Ohio State? Why did they just grab someone new? I don't know. But this could be one of the conferences we see like 3 for sure. Definitely, there's a possibility for a 4th that makes the playoffs this season.
Yeah, it's definitely probably one of the strongest conferences.
Yeah. We might as well go to the next strongest conference, the SEC. Now, I mean, there's a lot of ranked teams in the SEC. I mean, I'm kind of bought in on some of them. I can tell you who I'm not bought in on, and it's my poor Florida Gators. But I also give them some slack. They're playing probably like the hardest schedule I've ever seen. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're literally playing every ranked team in the goddamn conference except one. So, feel bad for Florida. I love DJ. I don't even know if he'll start this season, but yeah, Gators are gonna have a tough one. I mean, we don't really have to go through every single ranked team because I mean they all have a case for why they're ranked. But do you like have any teams in the SEC like that you're pretty much like sold on making like playoffs?
I mean, obviously, I think Georgia's going to obviously make it. That's a team that's not even in discussion. But the team I like a lot that I think people aren't really looking too much at, I think they're still ranked, is Missouri.
Yeah, 11.
Yeah. I like Brady Cook. I think he's going to be a dog this year for them. So, plus they got that transfer running back from where was he from? I can't think where he was.
I thought I did.
Transfer.
I was gonna click him, but I don't remember his name off the top of my head. Hold on one sec. I can find it. Nate Knoll? Is that who you're thinking of?
No, not Knoll.
Marcus Carroll?
Maybe, is it Carroll? Is that the one, or was he the one that was there last year?
Yeah, no, it's definitely Marcus Carroll because I remember this dude being a dog.
Yeah, that was the guy that had all those touchdowns last year at
Georgia State.
Or Georgia State.
Yeah. How is he not at number 1 in the depth chart?
Yeah, he's not number 1?
No, they have Nate Knoll.
Interesting.
Huh. He was at Appalachian State. Yeah, Missouri's got a cracked running back room. I did not know that. They have two guys that are transfers that are like really looking good.
Really hoping Carroll would get the start. That's surprising that he's not number 1, but then again, who knows what they'll do. So they might do is just split the snaps between both of them.
Yeah, and I liked Missouri a lot last year just because of the like quarterback / running back room there.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of that running back, I wonder if
team that kind of sticks out is Ole Miss. That's the only team that kind of also sticks out to me.
You know, I agree with Ole Miss. They got Jackson Dart. Yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I'm not really bought in with Tennessee.
Well, Tennessee's got that freshman QB, don't they?
Yeah. This guy right here, Nico.
Yeah, go ahead and try to pronounce that. I can't, so.
I don't even know if that's an I or an L at the start.
I think it's an I. I think it's an I.
Amaleva? Something like
that. Your guess is as good as mine.
I know he's a dog, though. Like, he's really... I know he's pretty good. He's
a true freshman, right?
He might be a redshirt freshman. I think he was somewhere last year. I think he transferred.
Mm.
Who does A&M have? Why are they so high up here? I don't even know any of these quarterbacks. Oh, Connor Weigman.
Oh, Weigman, yeah.
All right. I mean, we seen him a little bit last year. He was pretty good, so I get it. I don't know.
Hopefully they lose their first game, so.
Who the hell? Why do I not know these quarterbacks? Who's at Oklahoma right now? Is it Casey Thompson's the starter there? Or is it... It might be Jackson Arnold. Well, anyway, I'm not really, like... When I remember looking back at Oklahoma, I wasn't really bought in with them either. So yeah, that's interesting.
Oklahoma I'm not bought in with. LSU I'm not really bought in with.
I mean, Texas, I already kind of hinted I'm not the most.
Texas lost a lot of weapons. So, I mean, yeah, they still have their quarterback, but he lost all his weapons around him.
I'll say it now since I know we're going to talk about it a little later, but I literally have Bama as like my team. I think will go all the way. I didn't have them winning the conference, but I I put a little bit of money on them winning the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Might be an okay one.
I'm really bought in with Milroe. I liked what I seen from him last year. Like last year was his like rookie season, you know what I mean? Since it was his first start season, and I mean he had some shaky games, but the games he was good in, he was really fucking good in. So
Yeah.
if Bama's always, they're always good. So I don't put it past them to be really good this season again. Do I think they beat Georgia though? Not really, but I mean, if they meet them again in the playoffs, it could be a different story. I mean, that's basically what happened last season. So,
Yeah.
but I think we agree. There's a few good teams we like with the SEC. Definitely. I mean, as much as I don't like Texas, I'm sure they'll make it. Missouri's probably going to be in there. Ole Miss. And then Bama and Georgia. So it could be 5. Could be.
Teams from one conference, honestly. That'd be insane.
5, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12. So someone would get effed in that scenario because 5 teams make it regardless. Like the highest 5 that win their conference make it.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the rest of the conferences. I don't want to really. We don't have to dive deep into them all, but
But I do have some upsets on some of them. Like I was looking at the favorites, and I actually picked some teams that actually are the favorites to win these divisions.
So yeah, we can start at the AAC. We'll come back here. I actually think there's like 3 like good teams in this conference. I'll let you name off
The
your.
team that stuck out to me was I like Boise, but the team I like the most is Tulane. That's the team I'm probably the highest.
I don't think Boise's in the AAC.
Is that not in the AAC?
Boise's in the Mountain West.
Oh, okay. So for the AAC would be Tulane.
Okay. No, 100%. So where my 3 teams that I think are like real good is Memphis, Tulane, and South Florida. Those are like the 3 teams in my opinion that are gonna have the most wins. They're gonna look pretty good in this conference. So you got Tulane. I think I have Memphis winning this conference. I don't want to say his name off top. Yeah, Seth Hennigan. This kid's pretty damn good, and I'm excited to watch him this season. Because I know Tulane has what's his name? You probably know off the top of your head. Ty Thompson. That's who it is. He came from Oregon, didn't he? Yeah. So Ty Thompson could be really good for Tulane. Now I say South Florida is. I love this kid, Brian Brown. I don't even know if that's how you say his first name. He was looking good last season. Like 745 rushing yards for 11 touchdowns. Like this team came from behind a lot. He had to throw a lot. Probably why he has so many interceptions. But like he could be good this season. So I don't think South Florida will be in like their conference championship. I think it will be Memphis versus Tulane, but I think Memphis might pull it out, in my opinion.
Yeah, those are 2 teams. Memphis could be up there, but I just have Tulane just a little higher still on my rankings. So
that's fair. They're both really good teams this season. So, I mean, I don't think anyone else is really a contender. I will mention Kurt Warner's son is the quarterback at Rice. I think that's kind of cool.
I didn't even know that.
But other than that, yeah, it's gonna be an interesting conference for the rest of them.
Yeah.
Do I think the winner of that conference will be in it? Not really.
Probably not.
I think all those teams will end up losing 2, maximum of 2. I could see more. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
a team that would make it is actually in the Conference USA is one that I'm really kind of keeping my eye on. Liberty is one I think.
They're the only team I think in that entire conference that has a chance. I think it's going to be a cakewalk in that conference.
Yeah, we got Caden Salter. Is it how you say his name? I know he's really good. And how they're kind of looking at this is the first four that win their conference. I mean, it's going to be a majority of like someone from the SEC, someone from the Big 12, someone from the ACC, and then someone from the Big 10. It's it's probably going to be those four, but then there's going to be a fifth one, and it all depends on where they're ranked. Like, say Memphis is 25th in the nation and they won their conference. Well, if Liberty's 13-0 and they win their conference and they're ranked 15th, they make it in the 12th seed, which is kind of like what I kind of see them happening here. I think they could sweep their whole schedule.
Yeah.
So they have a really good shot of getting in there. Everyone else, I don't know.
Yeah, no one else in that conference really stands a chance. I'd be very surprised.
The only team that's gonna be at any level compatible is probably Jacksonville State, but even they're not at the same level as Liberty. I mean, we didn't talk about your team. I did skip the Independents, but
the win out of the Independence group.
But I mean, Notre Dame definitely is gonna be in consideration.
I think I'm excited to see Riley Leonard, so I think he's gonna be a dog for us. So
yeah, I mean, they got a favorable.
Our only hard game is the first game too. I think if we win our first game, we could easily sweep the rest of our games.
Oh yeah, which is kind of good. But
of course, our only hard game is the first one, which that's how it usually goes every year. So
I mean, and I also think you could beat them.
It sucks that it's at Texas A&M because that's a hard place to play, but I think we can still go in there and beat them for sure.
I mean, what happens if Georgia Tech's undefeated at this game? That'd be interesting.
Is that at Georgia too?
That's at home.
Well, it's in home. It's in South Bend.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be a good game to go to then.
Yeah, that might be.
A very good game.
So yeah, I definitely I don't have much to say in them, but I definitely agree they'll be in the contention for a playoff spot.
I think they'll definitely be a playoff team as long as I can say obviously if they win, say they do lose that first game and then they win out, they can still have a chance. I still think.
I mean, do we want to talk about the MAC?
I mean, the only team. I'm sure we have different teams because I know you're pretty high in Miami.
Yeah.
So, but my team, I'd still say I like Toledo.
Yeah.
Miami.
I think those are the two best teams, in my opinion, in this conference.
I always cheer for CMU, but I don't really see them doing anything. So.
I have a buddy who went to CMU. He just transferred to Marshall, so that was sad to see him go, but I understood why.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can move on from that conference.
We still do the Pac-12 too after the Mountain West.
Yeah, these are some great teams in the Pac-12.
Honestly, those are two solid teams that should be in a conference somewhere.
I do agree with that. Yeah, I'm gonna assume they will jump somewhere eventually. I don't know why they stayed though.
Yeah.
But Mountain West, I mean, you said the team Boise State earlier. I definitely see Boise State being.
Boise State and UNLV would be my two teams.
Ooh, I like that UNLV pick. Because they got Nelson. Yeah. Is that who they're starting there, Boise, right away?
I think so. I think Malachi will be the starter.
So that'll be interesting. Okay. Yeah, and then outside them, Nevada was kind of decent, but they won't be at the same contention as UNLV and Boise. Boise will have to win out their whole schedule to make it, in my opinion.
This is such a low conference. Yeah, that would have to be a team that goes undefeated, wins their conference, and then should get invited.
Oh, and I don't know if you knew with the Pac-12, they're not whoever wins the conference, they're not allowed to just get an automatic bid because I think you have to have more than 6 members of a conference to be eligible for that. So they literally have to be ranked within the top 12 regardless. if they want to make
So
it.
does any of them have a hard schedule? Do you even have a chance to get ranked that high?
No, they play Oregon right away. I mean, that's the only good team. I mean, they play Boise State as well.
Yeah, so even if they go undefeated, maybe with Oregon, like say Oregon also only loses just to them.
And then I'm sure Washington State will play Washington, yeah, but yeah, Washington State doesn't really have that amazing of a schedule.
They could go undefeated and probably still not be ranked in the top 12.
That would be
That's
so.
actually,
Yeah, that would be such an L. And then I mean the Sun
yeah,
Belt.
13th.
I mean James Madison.
Sun Belt, I do have a sleeper team. That'd be Louisiana.
Oh wow!
Like the Raging Cajuns.
I know Ayo Adaya. I always mess that up.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah. I think. Oh, McLeod's not there anymore. That's who I was looking for. Damn, is he Texas State? Is that what I seen? Damn. Hold on, let me take a look. Yeah, dude. Damn. So I like Jordan McLeod a lot. He was really good at James Madison. Now I take it back. Screw James Madison. You said Louisiana. That's interesting. Who do they got? I don't even know which person's starting there. So why do you think Louisiana?
Just because of the way I saw them play last year, I thought they did pretty well. And honestly, I don't think it's that hard of a conference. So, plus I didn't really hear anybody really go to the draft for them. Or so I'm guessing they have a lot of the same guys as veterans still. So.
I might just ride on the Texas State bandwagon now that McLeod's there. Someone's got to be good there.
Again, though, these are one of these conferences where they have to pretty much go undefeated and win their conference. So.
Yeah, and then playoff wise, I don't see any of them being there. So,
Yeah.
I mean, for the goddamn Sun Belt title, it's probably gonna be. I don't know who's gonna win on this side. Maybe App State, and then. I mean, Troy's usually a good program. South Alabama's always unique. I mean, Louisiana, and then yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. I don't even know Sun Belt. I'm good on projecting them though. Screw that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we have some teams definitely there. You think Adrian College is ranked?
Yeah. Okay.